Welcome to Virtual Learning with TAGOS Leadership Academy. My name is Patty Hernandez and I'm the principal at TAGOS. On behalf of the entire team at TAGOS, I just would like the students to know and the parents, families to know how much we've missed you. We cannot wait for virtual learning to get started. We want to see your face. We want to be able to have conversations with you. We want to find out even what you've been doing in these last couple of weeks. But number one, we are eager to get started on teaching and learning with you. Today, I would like to go over a few things. One, our food service program that we're offering right now. Two, expectations for students and staff for online learning. And three, some resources for parents. So first up, food service. If you didn't know, the School District of Janesville has been offering a food service program to any child up until the age of 18 to receive a free breakfast and a free lunch. This food can either be delivered to your home or you can actually stop by some locations and pick up your breakfast and lunch. Last week, we serviced over 8,800 students and over 17,000 meals were prepared and delivered last week alone. Our food service team has been working super hard at making sure that we're able to serve the needs of our community. I just want to give a round of applause, a big shout out to the food service team, and I just want to thank them for everything that they're doing so no student is going without food. Online etiquette and expectations. At TAGOS, we are expecting that our students are going to log in daily. We would like them to find a space that they could create where they could be in a quiet space where learning is optimal for them. Treating it much like seminar where they're pretty free from distractions. When they log in, we're asking them to mute their devices right away. And there is a feature for them to click to raise their hand if they have a question. And regardless of the speaker, whether it's an instructor, a staff member, or another student, just to give that speaker attention. And if the students can, we're asking them to stay for the entire class. And should they have a question, whether it's to the instructor or it's to another student, they can use the chat feature to ask questions. And then if there are live lessons, I would recommend that your students make every chance possible to attend the live sessions because that's probably when they will be able to ask questions right then and there of the instructor. Here is a daily schedule for TAGOS. As you can see, our teachers are going to start right away in the morning from 8 to 9 with prep time. They're going to get ready for the day. I would recommend our students do the same. Get ready for the day. Maybe if they have time, making sure that they go over the lesson from the day before. From 9 to 9:30, all students should be logging in and connecting with their teacher-led groups for a morning meeting. From 9:30 to 11:25, the schedules are going to vary depending on the student need. Some students are going to be meeting with staff to work on their teacher-led projects, work on Achieve 3000, Plato or IXL, primary source journaling, Zello, student projects. Other students are going to be in math class. And then finally, some students might be in a creative writing session. But though that schedule is going to vary depending on the student's math class that they're taking. From 11:30 to 12, all of the advisors are going to be on live, and every student should be checking into their own advisory circle, and that will be their time to connect with their advisor as well as their advisees. From 12 to 1, our staff will be taking their lunch, and we would love it if our students as well could take lunch from 12 to 1. Between 1 and 4 o'clock, this is a great time for students to check in with their advisor, finish any of their assigned work, and then our staff are also going to be checking in with particular students. This is also when they're going to have office hours. They're going to have some teacher collaboration and also some teacher work time, grading, planning lessons, all the fun stuff. You'll notice on the right-hand side that we have some blue hyperlinks, and this is where you should go and click the link that identifies with what math class you're currently in. If you're in Algebra 1, click the link for Algebra 1, and that will give you a daily schedule. Here's another view of the daily schedule, a little bit more detailed because we're on an A and B day schedule, but you'll notice that at 1 to 2 o'clock, our staff might have some office hours where they can consult with students one-on-one or with a small group. They could answer students' questions. This is also time for staff to contact parents. And then kids should also use this time to work on their lessons that they're working on. Between the hours of 2 and 4, this is the time for teachers to collaborate with each other, follow up on any student conversations, do some lesson planning, grading, and teacher work time. Expectations for attendance. Yes, nothing has changed. Attendance is still vitally important. And so we are taking attendance every single week. Every week on Saturday at 11:59 p.m., all assessments will be due. So if your student has received an assignment on Monday, it will be due on Saturday as far as taking attendance. They can turn it in anytime between the time it was given and Saturday at 11:59. But on Saturday at 11:59, that's when we're going to be taking attendance, making sure that who was in for the week. Expectations of staff. I have two sheets with this. The first one, we want all of the staff members to utilize HeadRush. We also want them to share the AB schedule with students on a daily basis and post their schedule. Some of our staff might post their schedule on HeadRush. You might see it on social media, on our TAGOS website. So it should be in multiple areas where all students and parents should have a clear idea of when the student should be calling in, logging in, emailing, contacting. It will be laid out there. We're also asking our staff to host daily office hours and having some flexibility in their schedule. And another thing is we asked our staff members to consider having some evening hours for parents, just in case not all parents can log on and connect between the hours of 8 and 4. Like I mentioned in the previous slide, assessments are due on Saturday at 11:59. Our staff are expected to provide our students with timely feedback. The second expectation for staff is we would like our staff to utilize some form of technology. It might be Zoom. Some of my staff members are comfortable with Google Meet or Schoolology, but we're asking them to use a platform that they're comfortable with and use it enough where they're connecting with kids. Second thing we want our staff to do is we want them to track attendance. We want to be able to follow up and find out if a student did not turn something in on Saturday. We want to follow up with that and find out, does the student need more help? Are there any questions? Did the student forget to turn in the assignment? And then our staff are expected to either pre-record their lessons or post live lessons for students to learn and access their viewing later. We also want our staff to collaborate with all staff members, whether they're another advisor or they're a special educator or a support staff member. And in everything, cannot express us enough to be flexible. Right now, these are trying times for every family I can think of out there. And we need our staff to be just as flexible as probably our students have to be as well. When it comes to students' expectations, students, we need you to log in daily. We need you to complete your coursework as assigned. We need you to meet weekly deadline assessments. So on Saturday at 11:59, Please do your best to make sure that your assignments are uploaded and into HeadRush at that time. Please check your emails daily. Emails are also a great opportunity for you to email your instructor or your advisor and let them know what help you need. It's a great way to stay in contact with your teachers as well. Use the office hour time to get support that you need. And then try Zoom. Or if your teacher's using Google Meet or Schoology, try that as well. And allow parents your HeadRush account. Let them have access to it and help them navigate HeadRush. And let them be a part of your learning as well, just to make sure that we're ending the year where you have the credits you need to move on if you're a senior graduating, but if you're a sophomore or a junior, even if you're a ninth grader, moving on to that next grade level. Finally, resources for parents. We have several resources for you that we feel like would be beneficial for you. One is HeadRush, making sure that you have access to it. If you have never been in HeadRush and you don't have access to your child's account, please reach out to an advisor and let them help you work through that. Please access our staff members during office hours. There are 3 links on this site here. One is the SDJ digital platform, and that is a link that was shared by Mr. Poofel as well as Mr. Gasper, and it is basically a platform that gives you those enrichment lessons that your student could use and participate in. The second link is the coronavirus SDJ page, and that is a page that is updated frequently with what is happening currently right now in the SDJ education with the coronavirus. And so always take a look at that. If you think there's a change that should have been made or is going to be made, that is a great resource for you to look at. The third link is the guide to Zoom, as many of us are going to be utilizing Zoom, so there's a link there that guides to how to use it. Finally, please access the SDJ and TAGOS Facebook pages for more information. Finally, I want to leave you with a quote from Maya Angelou. You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, how you can still come out of it. I want to thank you for this time, and like I said earlier, I cannot wait, the staff cannot wait to spend time with your students. Thank you.